Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Coming at you guys with another video. This is kind of like off topic, so to speak, but it's all about self-improvement, or in the name of self-improvement at the end of the day, to kind of, show you guys what I've been going through over the past few weeks. Now, for those of you who have been following my videos, you've noticed, that I've been posting recently about being down in DR and vacationing and things like that. But what you don't know is that after I left DR, I went straight to Turkey to have this procedure done. And I'm going to get into all that. I'm going to just go briefly over it because I have some more videos that'll follow. But I just want to give you guys some information on it and what my experience was. And if you guys are interested in things like that, whether you're a man or a woman, you can get it done. And what that is I had the FUE, and you probably been hearing about this as well with Floyd Mayweather having it done, on his head and his beard and whatnot. But I had the FUE transplant procedure done. FUE stands for follicular unit extraction, right? And this procedure is been out for, I guess, some decades now in terms of this. And this is actually my hair, and this will be your hair if you get it done, that you're actually using. It's your donor hair. So I'm going to get into all that. But first off, the reason why I did it, I'm 37 years old. You can call it vanity. Many of you guys will have opinions on, why people do things. It is what it is. So I did it because my hairline was going back. And at my crown, I was balding. Who knows, because of stress, whatever. My father and my grandfather went bald pretty early. So I've been holding on to mine for the most part, but I'll have some pictures that as I'm talking. I'm not the best editor, but they'll pop up as we're going along while I'm narrating this thing, so you guys can kind of see, what was going on. So I saw it, how I came about it. I saw it basically on social media, Facebook, and I saw when you're on Facebook and you see these ads pop up, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, is this real? Because you hear about Tory Lanez having it done, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about $30,000, and I'm like, man, $30,000? I'm not about to pay $30,000 to get my hair done. So I was watching this ad, and it was at this place in Turkey, and this place in particular, which you guys will see here in the link that I'll have on here for you guys who are interested. Asli Tarcan, that's the young lady's name who owns it, this clinic. She does all types of other stuff there, from teeth to plastic surgery, all types of aesthetic stuff there. So I saw it, and I've actually been following it probably since the early part of 2020, maybe the late part of 2019. And I'm like, man, let me keep checking it. So I inquired about it, and, via WhatsApp, and they told me what was going on. How much it would cost, the procedure. They asked me for pictures, of front, side, back, top, all those things, so they can give me an idea of how many grafts I would need. Grafts is basically how many follicles or units from your donor area that you would require to basically have enough density or to accomplish the hairline that you're looking for. So they gave me a quote and so on and so forth. So I kind of put it on the back burner for a while, but I was still following the page on Facebook. So I kept seeing it pop up, and, most of the people, and it's not me being racist or anything like that, or, a bigot or anything, but most of the people I saw were from the Middle East that were getting it done. Obviously, it's closer because this is Turkey, Eastern Europe, or, that cradle of civilization area, Mesopotamia type area, Middle East area. So I'm seeing these people from there, but then I started seeing more black people, especially from America, going there. So I'm like, okay, my hair is in between. for you guys who've been following my channel to see my hair. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna hit DR and I'm gonna fly on over there and get it done on the back end. That way I'll suffer on the back end. So I fly over there immediately after leaving DR, and we go in there, and it's set to be a 3-day process, just so you guys know. And I'm trying to complete this video as quickly as possible. It's a 3-day procedure. So I get there, fly into Istanbul, flew into Istanbul, Turkey, and my baggage, I lose my baggage, so I really don't have anything. So I catch the shuttle. They have a representative to meet you there. Catch the shuttle. There's other guys out there. You see, when you're walking around the airport, you're seeing other dudes walking around with bandages around the back of their head, the donor area and whatnot. And you see other dudes that's flying in to get from America, other countries as well, that's flying in to get this procedure done. So I'm flying in, but I'm kind of like pissed off because I lost my bag, leaving JFK. So I get there. They take me to the hotel room. They put you in a nice hotel room. It's the DoubleTree, which is Hilton owned or ran, whatever you want to call it, or a subsidiary of Hilton. Very nice hotel room. They provide you with breakfast in the morning, and you go in, you check in, you catch the shuttle, and they bring you directly to the clinic there in Istanbul. And as soon as I got up in there, they're straight to business. Very nice people, very cool. Tell you the price. They tell you the price before you come in there. But hey, you pay the money right up front, and then they go in, sat me down. Took my blood and all this other stuff. Can't remember whether it was before or after. Because the blood that they're taking, they take the blood from your arm for the PRP shots. Now, PRP is platelet-rich plasma. That's the injections that they will inject in your scalp to kind of help out with the growth of, when they're using the donor hairs to put in your scalp. That helps out with the growth and things like that. So they immediately take you in one of the rooms, their operating rooms for surgery. The surgery in total, or whatever you want to call it, the procedure is 8 hours long. Me personally, I had to have 5,500 grafts or whatever on my head. I'm gonna take my hat off. I'm sitting here talking. I'm sitting here talking, and you're like, man, I want to see it or whatever. So I had 5,500 grafts based upon how much my head was thinning and things like that. So they lay you down. They lay you down. They lay you down on the table. There's a couple ladies in there that's starting a procedure. First things first, they have to inject your scalp with anesthesia, lidocaine, whatever it is they're using to numb your head up. And it's a crazy feeling. And obviously, it's the worst part of the procedure. And you'll hear many guys that's there, and you ask them about it. And even when you're talking to the people who work in there, they're like, yeah, this is the worst part. So they inject pretty much all the donor area. It's pretty much all around. They inject the donor area and, wherever it is that you're going to be having it. I can't think of the term, but wherever you're having the follicles installed or whatever you want to call it. And in the back, it's not bad. They'll tell you it's not so bad. But in the front, when they're shooting up those shots in your head, man, that is one of the worst pains that you can have in your life. I'm just letting you know right up front. I had to bear down on it, just like I heard some people just quit and just don't want to go through it. You flew all the way over to Turkey, but you don't want to go through with the process, which is crazy to me. All in all, it took about 2-3 minutes to give me the injections for everything, to kick in and it to be numb. And they keep testing you to make sure you don't, everything's good. When they started that you don't feel anything. So, they have all that done, and then they go to work. See the 1 or 2 ladies behind you, and you can kind of see it. Where I was sitting, I could see in the window, the reflection, the window looking directly in the city, and they're just going to work. And they're using like a machine, kind of like to loosen up the follicle, if you will, to remove it. So the thing about it with this as well is when they're removing it, it's not just like they're taking tweezers and plucking their hair out. No, they're ripping it out along with the stem cell, whatever you want to call it, and a part of the sebaceous gland that's in your dermis, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a whatever. So they're ripping a part of that out as well. So once whatever donor hair they take out, it's not gonna grow back. Just so you know that. But we have so many hair follicles or hair that really when your hair starts to grow back, that, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you really can't tell a lot of times. So they're sitting there just, you know, and they use it's like this machine you hear, but you can't really feel anything. But there's this machine that they're using. It's almost like a vacuum or something. I didn't see it, obviously, because it's behind me. And they're kind of like using it, and they're removing the hair. So just imagine somebody sitting there removing 5,500 of your hair follicles from the back of your head or whatever. So sit there and have that done. Take a break, have lunch. You know, obviously they're putting the hair in a solution right there, and you have lunch. Then you come back for when they're actually planting them in. I don't know what the proper term is. Installing them, whatever you want to call it. So before they do that, they have to put holes in the place where they're going, in all the places where they're going to install it. And like basically, I guess, kill the nerves as well, from what I've been told. So they're scraping, they're terraforming, for lack of a better term, your scalp. So you sit down, and then they just start one at a time. You know, they have it on their gloves. They just put in the hairs, and they're just installing them. So it's very tedious, and I'm just like, man, y'all must love your job. So they're knocking it out or whatever, and basically inject your scalp again with this platelet-rich plasma, PRP shot, to make sure that it takes hold. And basically, I guess, kind of, you know, wash it down with some solution, so to speak, and tell you to, you know, send you back to your room or whatever. And you can't sleep. You can't sleep on your head. You have to sleep basically with your head up or raised, or with a pillow under your neck so your head's not touching it. And they wrap the back, because the donor area, everything is basically, you know, this is trauma being caused to your entire head. So you have a pillow, if you will, and you can't really sleep. Nobody, from what I heard, slept that first night. So you come in, some people come in the next day, or some people relax on the second day. I came in on the second day. They put some foam on it, and I'll do another video showing all the stuff that they provide you with after when you leave. So they had some foam on it, and they washed it. And I had some other stuff that I was getting done while I was there as well. But went home on that second day, came back the third day, and basically took some more blood from my arm, injected my scalp again. They removed the bandage from the back of my head, and they injected me once again with PRP shots in my head, shampooed it, and basically to give you instructions on what to do, what not to do, things like that. And you know, that's pretty much it. You know, they send you on your way. Some people fly out that same third day. I flew out the next morning, and you know, came on back home. But you can't wear a hat. You can't put anything on your head, because these things are so easy. Like within the first 3 days, they say the 10 days, but within the first 3 days, they're not fully seated or basically settled till like 3 days, but preferably 10 days. So you got guys, when you're getting into the shuttle, they're bumping their head on the top of the roof and disrupting stuff, from what I've heard. So you got to watch what you're doing, watch at all times, you know, what you're doing. You shampoo basically every day for, like, I forgot how it went, every day for like the first week, then every other day after that. And they give you all the other stuff, which I'll do a separate video on. So what's cool about that as well is, for those of you who had a hairline, which I'll go ahead and pull mine off. It looks weird. This is my third week, by the way, which is what I didn't say. So I'm taking my hat off here They shave your head completely bald, which is what I really didn't say immediately, but they shave your head. Well, they don't shave it. They take the clippers on the lowest setting and they take it all off. So the cool thing is you get to pick your hairline, and they tell you based off the little tests, and they can actually look at, you know, they have this super microscope, whatever you want to call it. I don't even want to call it a microscope, a lens that zooms into your scalp and even on your forehead. They can see where your original hairline was. So this guy there, he'll actually draw it for you where you wanted it at. So me in my situation, this is as low as I wanted mine. He said, I think I could go, I have my mirror right here, that's why I'm looking. He said my original hairline was about right here. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be looking crazy or walk around looking like Eddie Munster or something like that, you know, so I'll just keep it where it's at now. So what I had done, just so you guys can see my hairline, which I'm gonna get in close here. You guys can see my hairline. It looks weird now because of the way it is, but if you look at a lot of the other videos on YouTube, you'll see how it changes over time. The hair, the hair does fall out like during the first week or the first month or so, but it grows back because the follicles are still there. So you can see right here, I had the hairline created, which is part of the 5,500, you know, grafts that I had. They brought my sides up some. You can see my sides right here. Hopefully it's focusing, I don't know. But the other side right here, and then the top of my head here. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty good, but that's the top right there. So I pretty much had this done all the way back here to my crown, and it stopped like right here. So the back of my head, which I'll probably do another video so you guys can see the back, or I'll just turn around. Hopefully you guys can see it from here. This is the back of my head, obviously, and you can kind of see where it's still kind of like, you know, healing up. It scabs a lot. It scabs a whole lot when you're done because of obviously all that trauma. So I had all that done, and it itches like crazy. It still itches like crazy. That's something that's super hard. You know, it's horrible. A lot of guys can tell you that it's horrible. So it's a process, and the way it looks now, obviously it's going to get better when stuff starts growing back within a month or the second month. Some dudes, and from some of the videos you can watch, it's like maybe the second, third month. That's when it really starts growing back. You can't cut your hair for 10 months is what they told me. You can't wear a hat for like the first 15 days, but 10 months you cannot cut your hair unless it's scissors. Like the non-donor, like the donor area, which obviously is the back of my head, I can cut that after a month. Like, so I can get tapered up in the back and like here on my sides up to the point where obviously, you know, was the hair transplant at. So I can get all this tapered up. I can get the back tapered up or faded in the back. But this right here, can't cut any of this. You can't get a haircut. You can use scissors after, you know, up until 10 months. Then at 10 months, that's when you can use clippers, you know, and things like that and get shaped up and, you know, whatever. So that's pretty much the advice that they give you. You just got to keep sticking to the stuff that they give you to use, the shampoo, taking the supplements, which I've been taking anyway. Can't think of the name off top, but it's basically the supplement that stops the testosterone from attaching to the follicle, which causes, you know, a lot of the times male pattern baldness and things like that. So they give you that. You can get it on Amazon as well. And one of those rollers, they try to sell you a few things. I'm going to order one of those rollers. I can't think of the name of it. It has like little spikes on it that stimulates hair growth. So I'm going to order one of those tonight. And but yeah, I got like a huge supply of basically some spray they give you in hair loss, shampoo, and other things like that. So I mean, that's pretty much been it. I'm going to try to update you guys throughout the process. This is also for ladies. Like I said, for you ladies who have lost your edges, or you may be balding and things like that. When it comes to alopecia, that's a different situation, I believe. I'm not sure, but you can always do a consultation, which I'll list their website on there, Asli Tarcan, so you guys can check it out and see what you think. And it's a free consultation, WhatsApp, on the WhatsApp. You send them the pictures and they'll tell you exactly what's going on. So with that being said, I hope that this has been helpful for some of you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything right now. And I want to make sure I cover, oh yeah, prices. I'm sorry, I didn't even talk about the prices. So the price for me, I only had to have 5,500 grafts, right? So for 5,500 grafts, that was approximately $1,700, right? So the 1,700, what all does that include? The 1,700 includes the procedure, the surgery, and the hotel. So that's your hotel stay, to shuttle back and forth to and from the airport, and your 2-night or 3-night stay at the hotel, the time enough for you to get the procedure. So in my opinion, you can't beat that. In the States, I'm hearing some of these places are like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. You know, these celebrities who they go to, you know, it's pretty expensive from what I hear, as opposed to $1,700. Now your plane ticket, that's obviously going to be based upon where you live at. You know, plane tickets aren't that much to Turkey. I think from Charleston, it might have been like, don't quote me. I think it's probably like 700. It was probably like 700 round trip, if I'm not mistaken. I went 3 weeks ago. So it's basically right before Christmas was when I went. So whenever you guys go, it may be different. Just know if you fly out on a Tuesday and Wednesday, no matter where you are in the world, I think for the most part, though, that's the cheapest time to fly. You could probably save hundreds by flying on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So just so you guys know. So $1,700 for the procedure. If you don't have enough donor hair in the back and you're a man, they may have to take it from your beard, which I see some guys that were walking around like that. And I think you have to pay extra if they have to take some from your beard in order to get that done. Ladies, in terms of the ladies who are interested in getting it done, because there's ladies there as well who want to get their edges done. You know, they take it either from the back, obviously, and they just transplant it. I think for the lady, you have to pay more if you don't want them to shave your head. That's just how it goes. I think it's like $500 extra if you don't want them to shave your head, which I'm pretty sure some ladies don't mind having that done. So that's just food for thought. So if you guys got any questions or anything like that, leave them below. Hit me up. Or just comment below with your questions. That way other people who are seeing the video, they can get the answers as well, rather than emailing. If you want to email and want something personal, then, you can do a consultation or something like that. But if you just got a general question, just leave it below. That way everybody who's watching this video can get the information as well. Like I said, I'm going to do follow-ups, and I have another video that I actually shot in Turkey when I was at the hotel to actually show you fresh, how it looked fresh with the bald head and everything. It was like a 5 or 10 minute video. But like I said, I'm going to try to, put some pictures in here so you guys can see, how it went. And, that's what it is, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I just didn't want it to be like, where's this guy at? He's not making any videos. And it's the elephant in the room. Obviously, I don't want to be rocking a hat because, I normally don't wear hats. So it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. You guys make sure, if you haven't, like, share, comment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos. Make sure you guys also subscribe to my other channels. The links will be in the description, as well. It'll be pinned in the comment section also. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.